RTE Pulse.
Full tilt, making big waves, big support.
I think we've just been kind of lucky enough this year. The support between artists we've worked with and DJs sort of picking up the stuff. Big thing sort of kicked off really first was the Full Tilting track in April. So it was the likes of Marco V, Sander Van Doorn, Tiesto, they all sort of latched onto it. I think it was a bit of a crossover track for those guys because it just seemed to be all the big trance names were playing it, but it wasn't really a trance track. So like we were getting all sorts of DJs sort of latching onto it. So it was definitely a good and lucky enough start for us, to be honest. And I think most DJs then started latching on to what we were putting out. Then I suppose Halliwell was very supportive of our stuff on Radio 1 and that, which was good enough exposure. Then he did the label sampler thing, which again was another big enough sort of moment in this year for us. It was just nice to get like 20 minutes of all your own stuff from your label on Radio 1's airwaves, like, which reached out to quite a lot of people. We have got, I suppose, for the type of stuff we're putting out, it's not, like as I say, it's not trance that we're putting out, but a lot of it's pretty much all the big trance names have been playing the stuff.
Yeah, cool. What have you got coming out now? What's
next out's our own single. Actually, it's our first one since Full Tilting. We've appeared on some remixes and that for the label, but this is actually our first single. So it's called Mixtape. DJ Preach has just done a remix of that. So he's done two mixes off it. He's done a techno mix, which kind of sort of in today's techno mold. That sort of percussive sounds and builds and that. Then he's done his trance mix. Well, he's called the New Trance Mix. It's very similar to the techno mix, just a bit more accessible to the likes of those trance guys that are supporting our stuff. That, you know, it's just got that sort of chord progression and the break and afterwards as well. Like, but again, he done a top job on it. So
good stuff. And what Irish lads do you have on the label? Who's
well, that's kind of one of our philosophies from starting off. You know, we wanted to help sort of up and coming artists and keep the label as Irish as we can. And I think nearly every sort of release we've had an Irish artist. With one release actually we haven't had an Irish artist on. We've had some guys that stood out for me anyway this year. On the label we've had like Totally Random did a wicked remix of Nat Leonard, the Irish singer. Really good driving progressive house track. John O'Brien, guy from Tralee, an up and coming Irish artist, he had John Rundell on his package remixing. Also Brian Taff did a techno mix on that particular release of John's as well, so that was a fairly strong Irish release. John O'Callaghan, Brian Kearney have also been on with it. John O'Callaghan did the massive remix of Full Tilting under his Joint Operations Centre name, which really kick-started everything for us. Who else have we got? I don't want to leave anybody out. Ross and Buddy, who had the Lights Out thing, they're currently working on a couple of follow-ups. I just don't want to leave any other Irish artists out. I'm just trying to think now who they are.
Sure, like we'll edit it anyway. Like, yeah, we will. There you go, unedited. Tommy forgot you.
Oh no, actually we've signed another track from another Letterkenny producer, Jason Young. He's had quite a big year with his tracks.
Tommy, tell us how you got into production.
Music production, myself and Timmy just bought we just wanted to get into making tunes because we've been DJing for years. Got into making tunes, just bought like a Novation Supernova synth and one of those Yamaha AW44 16 mixers, just like a mini O2R. Started off that, hadn't got a clue what to do with it. I was just sort of scratching my head. There was a lot of trial and error, putting ourselves through painful evenings trying to figure out how things worked.
So where did you take the big step? Where did you feel you kind of clicked and said, oh, that's the big one? Was it going to college?
Definitely coming down.
You went to the sound training centre in Temple Bar, wasn't it?
Correct. I did 2 years down there. I'm still there, teaching there at the minute. But it was like even the first 3-4 months doing that course, a lot of stuff fell into place that I kind of knew what it did, but then when it was explained to me, it was just a penny was dropping. I was like, so I was figuring stuff out really, really quickly. Plus I was a little bit sort of older. I wasn't just coming in straight out of college, like, you know, I was 23, 24 when I started the course, and so I was a bit more mature and I knew that I really wanted to do this.
More drive, like.
I was focused on what I wanted to do. Both of us were. Like, it was good having Timmy there as well. Like, you know, the two of us were there helping out each other as we went along. Like.
Tell us about maybe the future sound of Full Tilt, where you see the label going for the next couple of years.
It's over the next couple of years, like realistically, like, you know, even myself and Timmy's own music, like, you know, it's changed dramatically since we started DJing. You know, whenever we were up home, we were reared on basically really old school house music started off, and hardcore. Like, this hardcore was huge up where I'm from, like, and that there with the clubs like Kelly's and Portrush and stuff like that, there was hardcore, or unless it was house. We liked both, really, whenever we were growing up. You soon start to sort of fizzle out of the whole hardcore thing. I just think it's because you're younger and, you know, you're into that sort of thing. You know,
get a bit of cop on, like,
you grow up a wee bit, like, so as you get older, your music starts slowing down a bit. Every year knocks maybe about 2 BPM off you. Like the way it's going now, I can't say exactly where I see it in 2 years' time. All I can say is that we want to, as we develop as artists, we just want to steer it whatever way we're sort of developing. Some of the stuff is definitely a bit more techno that we have coming out over the next few months. Well, for early of next year. So we're working on a few new originals as well. Again, like, even the kind of stuff we're doing, I don't like to pigeonhole myself and say, right, I just do progressive house, I just do electro, I just do techno. The kind of stuff we do, you know, it's a mashup of sort of all those influences together, because that's where we get all our influences from. Like, so like, I can't say exactly where it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere in and around that area. So just depending how the music's taken, what music we're getting in, and, you know, where we feel we are ourselves as well. Like, but either way, most of the stuff on Full Tilt was mostly sort of big enough room tracks, like, so it definitely won't be more big room sounds, like.
So Tommy, can you tell us a bit about your night that you've been running up in Donegal there the last couple of years?
Well, we've been on and off run nights up in Donegal since we were 18, really, but we've kicked off this new one with the other two guys that are involved in Full Tilt and Dance Music Ireland with us is Connor and John Rainey. The night's called Flat, so people like going flat on a Saturday night.
Come here, tell me this. There's a few terms that seem to be coined in Letterkenny, like flat, sideways, and kushti. What is kushti?
Kushti means that she's kosher. Sound, no water, like
alright, safe.
Safe.
I'm just not with it anymore, you know?
Sideways, I don't really know if I could say it over there. Like, sideways is more just kind of, well, just if you're getting her tight, or you're full tilting.
Ah, brilliant. So
you could say the odd Saturday night you can go to flat, go full tilting at flat, and then be sideways later on. So it's just all Donegal terms.
What
like,
do you get out of there?
Just go.
I don't know. Go on, tell us about the night.
Anyway, the night night's been going really well. We've moved to a smaller venue now, it's holding about 400, so it's a lot more intimate. The club we were in, the Girl, was a very big room. We sort of had to compromise a lot with the music, and we just felt if we move it to this smaller venue, keep it sort of a bit more real with the music that we want to do.
You have a good fun on up there.
We got you giving it a bit of Full Tilt action.
That's it. I was sideways by the end of the night.
Exactly. All good. Yeah. So you've been there, done that?
I have, yeah. I haven't been invited back.
We'll get you back.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So sort of the night's been going great at the moment in this new venue. It actually couldn't really be going much better. There's a great vibe about it, great atmosphere in the club. The music's brilliant. We're starting out some local DJs, kind of keeping a balance between local DJs, Irish DJs, and maybe one a month we've been doing now international guests. So we've had King Unique up, who's fantastic, Paul Wolford as well. So they're an educated enough bunch up there. I've had Irish DJs so far, the likes of Colin Hamilton, John Power, LRB, and John O'Brien. So we've got plans for more Irish artists coming up in the new year as well. So it's just nice to have a small club that you're guaranteed, you know, your wee crowd is coming in, it's going to be a good atmosphere, and there's no real compromising with the music, which, you know, when you're playing the bigger clubs, you know, you definitely do have to do that. Like, so we're really happy with the way it is at the minute.
Right, that's it, Tommy. Thanks for coming on the show.
It's good. Thanks for having us, lads. All the best in the future with the new show and that. So we'll see you around. Thanks. Tuesday.